Good morning, dear students. I am Mohammad Aman, Assistant Professor in United College of Engineering and Research, Allahabad. Today, I am going to discuss about electrochemical machining, which in short, it is known as ECM process. Dear student, before this ECM process, we have discussed about the four unconventional machining process. In them, we have discussed about the AJM, WJM, AWJM, and EDM process. So, a basic understanding has been created, and many points we know about the unconventional machining process. So, we should start a new topic, which is of the today's topic is ECM. So from the introduction, I have write all the points, all the important points which is necessary to explain the ECM process, and I have draw the schematic arrangement. I have also write down the advantage, disadvantage, so that you can understand all the things in a very short duration. Okay, now the first point in the introduction is it is very important unconventional machining process in which metal removal takes place by passing current through the electrolyte solution. I will discuss what is electrolyte solution, how we will pass the current. First, let's introduce about the ECM process. In second point, working principle of electrolyte is based on Faraday's law of electrolyte. Okay, an electrolyte usually used NaCl, or it may sodium nitrate, or it may be sodium chloride. Any one of the above may be used as a electrolyte solution during the process. Is passed through a very narrow gap approximately 0.05 to 0.03 mm between the cutting tool and workpiece. What is the meaning of saying that we have to choose a electrolyte? It may be either NaCl or sodium nitrate or sodium chlorate, and it should be passed between a narrow gap between the workpiece and tool. As we have already discussed, in unconventional machining process, we always maintain a small gap between the workpiece and tool, and some medium is used for the flow of electric current and energy generation. Okay, so here the electrolyte will works as a flow of current for the whole medium. Now here we have already written some points. As a cutting tool will work as a cathode and workpiece will work as a anode. Okay, when we will discuss about the schematic arrangement, then we can be clearly figure out how we make cathode and anode. Now in third point, now flow of electron start from the negative terminal to positive side. As we know that tool moves towards the workpiece automatically at constant speed by maintaining constant gap. It is also important point because we are always we have discussed about the small gap between the workpiece and tool, and now the electrons will be moved from the negative, which is our cathode, towards the positive side, which is our anode. Okay, with the constant speed, this constant speed of the tool is maintained by servo motor. Okay, now what is the 4 point? Tool shape is the replica of the shape. It is also important point, as we have written here, tool shape is the replica of the shape we desired in the workpiece. For example, if your tool have certain diameter and certain length, then actually this type of dimension, this type of shape we want to drill in our workpiece. So that's why it is written tool has the same shape or replica of the desired shape. It is also works on the Faraday's law of electrolysis. Now in the 5th point, as DC power pass through the circuit, flow of electron start from the cathode to anode. In such a way, material start to remove from the workpiece as a small particles, are metal ions. Okay, these whatever we have written these here we will discuss in the schematic arrangement also, so that we can easily clear what is the principle of electrochemical machining. Now from the figure we can see that there are different arrangement of in the electrochemical machining. I will start here. This is the tank which is I have made like this, and at the bottom there is a fixture. I have right here fixture, and fixture holds the workpiece. This one is our workpiece, and in a workpiece we have inserted our tool which is I have colored from the red, and between the tool I have made a pass which is looks like a pipe, and from this pipe we actually flow the electrolyte through the different passes. Means in the tool we made a pass to flow the electrolyte between the a narrow gap of the workpiece and tool. As I have already mentioned, this narrow gap is very small and it may be 0.03 mm too. Okay, and there are also some arrangement. For example, constant feed. As I have already mentioned that this suppose this tool have to drill till here, so the gap between the tool and workpiece should be constant or should be maintained. So the tool should be movable. Okay, like this. So the movement of this tool is governed by constant feed, which is known as servo motor. At the upper part we arrange a servo motor which governs the constant speed of the tool, so that a proper gap can be maintained between the workpiece and tool. Now there is a one more arrangement, DC power supply. As we know that in a DC power supply there are two terminals, positive and negative. If we connect the positive terminal to the workpiece and negative terminal to the electrode or tool, so what will be happen? The workpiece will start to react like anode and tool will react like a cathode. So I will also explain later this importance of this, but before I just want to give the flow chart of the electrolyte. Now there is another tank where electrolyte solution, which I have already mentioned, it may be NaCl, HCl or H2SO4, any one electrolyte solution may be taken, and there is a pipe arrangement and there is a pump system. Means this electrolyte solution can be lifted out through this pump, and now there is a another device which is filter. Means we send the pure form of the electrolyte without any hazardous material or any unwanted material, so that we can filter out the electrolyte from here. Now we say there is a pressure gauge which maintains the pressure which at the desired level, and it is variable. It depends on the various parameter like workpiece thickness, type of work. So this is pressure gauge can maintain the pressure of the electrolyte. Now at the end of the pressure gauge there is a flow meter. This flow meter actually controls the flow rate or quantity of the electrolyte to the electrode holders, which will be finally come between the workpiece and electrode. Okay, now as the DC power supply will be on, this one workpiece is your anode and tool is works as a cathode. So electrons start to move towards the as the current supply will be on, the electrons will be start to move to the workpiece, towards the workpiece from the your tool. Okay, because this is the cathode and this one is the anode, and from the workpiece the positive ions start to move towards the electron towards the electrode, but the velocity of electrons is high, so it will impinge on the workpiece, and the positive ions which will flow towards the tool holder will be removed by this electrolyte and this electrolyte will wash all the ions which is removed from the workpiece, and from the washing this ions in the form of we can see that it is metal ions, metallic ions which will come and will come like this way, and a small gap will start to create during the motion of this tool holder. The electrons which will flow from this tool will increase the intensity of this workpiece also to remove more ions. Okay, so maximum amount of positive ions will be removed, as the metal ions in the form of positive ions will be removed. Maximum gap start to create here. Okay, so this is the function of electrochemical machining and function of electrolyte on. There is another supply, as we know that when the material will be removed from this workpiece in the form of ions, the material and the electrolyte will wash the all material, and this material will come here. So from here there will be another filter, and by this way a pure form of electrolyte will be recycled, because electrolyte is also very costly, and the metal ions which will become there will be sleeves, and it will be collected here, and pure form of electrolyte will become, and it will be recycled again during the process. Okay, now there are different characteristics of ECM process. What should be tool material? It should be always copper or brass material, as this is the ECM process. So there is a always current and voltage supply. So our tool and workpiece should be conductor. So tool material are always preferable as a copper or brass, and work material should be always conducting material. Material removal takes place through the electrolysis process. Now what is the voltage? Voltage generally taken less 3 to 30 voltage, but current supply is always is very high in the process of electrochemical machining, and it is the range of 500 ampere to 25,000 ampere. Electrolyte, I have already mentioned about the electrolyte. There can be NaCl, it can be HCl, H2SO4, any one of the above. Now in the next slide I have mentioned about the advantage of ECM, disadvantage and application of ECM. In the advantage of ECM, we can see that no chance of tool wear, as we have seen in the EDM process. So there was chances of eroding of the tool, but in ECM process there is no chance of the tool wear, so tool life is increased. Now no stress is produced, as there is no melting point or thermal portion in the material, so there is no stress produced during the process. Complex shape can be easily machined by the ECM process. Fourth point, metal removal rate is quite high in comparison to other unconventional process. Okay, metal removal rate in ECM process is high. High degree of finishing is achieved by the ECM process. This was all about the ECM process advantage. Now there are some disadvantages too. It is time consuming process. Setup cost is very high. Only conducting material can be machined. If you have non-conductor material, then it is not possible to machine by the ECM process. Some corrosion maybe takes place during the process, because we use electrolyte material. So if we have not chosen a proper electrolyte which have corrosion resistance property, then there is a maximum chance of the material to have corrosion. Okay, now what is the application of ECM process? It have wide application in the industry. We can perform many types of work. For example, we can given some turning operation on the workpiece. We can facing, grinding, very narrow slots can be cut, small holes can be made. Multiple holes drilling operation is also available in ECM process, and honing, which is known as a super finishing operation. So as I have already mentioned here, high degree of finishing is achieved. So as after the conventional process, we have to done honing process for achieving this super finishing operation, but in the ECM process this honing process is already machined in the component. When we do it in a single step also, we have no need to do it in a super finishing operation. So honing type of process is achieved by the ECM process. So this was all about the electrochemical machining. Hope you will get understand. Thank you very much. Thank you.